Yes.
And coming to the overthinking, one thing that I really discovered and something that I'm still working on, and one thing that the OCD teaches you is you actually have no control over your thoughts. You have absolutely zero control over your thoughts and zero control over your feelings. And you're the expert here, so you can tell me if I'm right. You have literally the only way that you can stop thinking is to be clinically brain dead. Otherwise, you have absolutely no control over your thoughts. What you do have control over is your behavior and your actions, what you want to do on the back of the thought.
Yes.
So I think when you have, a negative thought or an intrusive thought or whatever, I think first and foremost, if you stop labeling your thoughts, good or bad, that kind of can help a lot. And then if you stop trying to sort your thoughts out, that can also help. Because what I feel happens is that when you start thinking about your thoughts, you get caught in a vicious loop that you can't actually control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas everything comes to acceptance and surrender. Just accept the thoughts are happening, surrender to the fact that you can't control them, and that in itself will help you stop overthinking them.
So I always say triple A. Triple A is become aware. First is aware. Become aware of your thoughts, what is happening. Second is acceptance. Accept it, acknowledge it. Okay, fine. Don't think, no, I don't have to. The minute you say don't, it starts getting in your head more. So the loop starts there. And third is take an action. That is the behavior. And there's cognitive behavior therapy when we work via that. It's like positive thoughts, positive feelings, positive behavior. But can you now be positive all the time? No, you will definitely have negative thoughts or maybe, any sort of thoughts, but replace them. How do you want them to be in your life? Maybe for me, drinking cold water is negative, but for someone, drinking cold water is absolutely okay, positive. So it's like how you look at it. What works for you might not work for me. What works for me might not work for you. So replace it positivity, replace it with a positive thought, which you want instead of what you have right now, which is bothering you. So yes, as you said, that's how it works. You cannot control them. Thoughts are like very natural to us, but you can always replace them with positivity.
Yeah.
You can acknowledge them. Then there is another question. I did see another question. People are really saying good things about your initiative about the mental health
No,
awareness.
I'm glad. There's been a lot of
Yeah.
positivity here as well, so that's very sweet.
Yeah, I cannot come out of negativity, even though it's a small incident. Debulina. Debulina, I have told you before also, sweetie, you really need to see a therapist and just work on your thoughts. And Sid, I have one question. Can you please tell me how to quit alcohol?
Again, I think it's that's a question that's like, as you said, I think it's everyone for themselves. But I think that with anything, any change you want to make in life, whatever it is, let's say that you want to get into shape or you want to start doing something or you want to stop doing something, it has to start from within. Everything has to start from within. And I mean, that comes back to what I was saying earlier, is that if you want to go and see a therapist because you want to work on yourself, it has to come from within. You have to within realize, okay, I want to make the change. Now, can you please help me make the change? And with alcohol, it's the same thing. You just need to, have a long look at yourself and decide, okay, is it having a positive impact on my life or is it not having a positive impact on my life? And if the answer is it's not, well, then maybe you want to make the change, but the change has to come from within and you have to take responsibility for it. You don't necessarily have to stop. You don't have to quit. You might want to cut down. You might want to take a week off. You might want to take a month off. There's no black or white in this. So I would say find what you think works for you, but really make sure that when you want to do it, it starts from within.
Sometimes people do ask me that, when do we get to know that we have to see a therapist? I always tell them, the minute you feel there is something different in your life, something is bothering you again and again, doesn't matter how small or how big it is, just go and talk to someone. And if it is a professional, nothing like that, because professional people give you unbiased responses. So that is what you can do. But yes, it has to come from within. Your family pushes you into therapy, your friends push you into therapy. That does not work. It never
No.
works like that. Sometimes, husbands get their wives to me and wives get their husbands to me. But it has never worked that way. Until and unless it doesn't come from within, it really does not work like that. Yes. So I guess these are some questions.
I see one here which says,
Okay.
do the psychiatric drugs prescribed by your doc ever overwhelm you, and do they really work? I can answer that for the what I took. Yes, it did work. But I also realized that I started changing a lot of my own behavior, and things around me started making me feel better as well, not just the drugs. And when I realized that there were other ways that I could achieve that happiness without taking the drugs is when I decided to stop. So I only took them for 3 months because I don't believe it. You don't want to ever become dependent on something. So yes, they do work, but I think if you can find things at the same time that give you that same joy, then you can kind of move off them.
So 11 years back, when I got diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, I was in pretty bad shape. And I was in depression. I was on antidepressants for a long time, in fact, more than like, I guess, 6, 7 months. But yes, all like medicines were helping me, but it was at the same time keeping me drowsy. And I wasn't able to do much in life. All I would like, morning, I'll wake up, cry, have my medicines, eat food, put on weight, and that was all my like. But yes, then one day I was like, okay, oh my God, even if I have to die, I really want to, do something and then die. And what do I want to do? I want to travel. So find your passion. So I found my passion. Traveling was my passion. But for traveling, I had to be able to walk, to talk, to go out. And for that, I had to like, I started exercising. I started yoga, meditation, working on myself. And after 3 years, I chose a profession which not only helps me, helps other people also. So I guess, yes, passion, motivation, you have to find those things for yourself. And that is what works at the end of the day. Drugs, how long can the drugs keep you going? Your drugs will not
100%.
keep you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So before we end, I'm going to ask one thing, because this is another thing. This is interesting. There's a chap here called Y Neil, he calls himself.
Okay.
And when I was talking about taking antidepressants, he's written rich people problems. And when you talked about so openly about having cystic fibrosis, he says cystic fibrosis is really common. Chill. Now, and
Okay.
now he's laughing, and now he's saying passion. So what I want to ask is, and I'm going to ask him this, I'm going to say, I don't, you can't add a third video on this, can you? But I will
Yeah.
say,
No.
Neil,
Yeah.
comment. Why the anger? It's 10 p.m. on a Saturday night in India. Someone has just openly admitted they have cystic fibrosis. There is someone who's dedicated her life to helping other people. Yet at 10 p.m. on a Saturday night, you want to come on and start belittling everything that we're doing and abusing. It's people like that, wouldn't you say, that need therapy probably the most, because they're struggling with their own inner demons that they don't want to admit?
Yes. Yes. That is so true. That is so true.
Oh, he says it's
I
noon
guess,
here, so he
yes,
must be somewhere in
because
the US.
yeah. So because of people like him, there are people who are not able to talk about it openly because they are being judged and labeled all the time. Maybe they don't. There are many of us like who have come out and who speak about their experiences and their struggles, but there are still a lot of people who cannot, just because of these people. One, they are making their own life miserable. Second, they are not letting other person also live. So Neil, yes, you really need therapy and maybe meditation a bit. Just do
And he
some.
said here, he's asked
Yeah.
here, why are you affected? I'm going to say, I'm not affected. I'm
We are
sending
not
you love,
affected
Neil.
at all.
We are
Yeah.
sending you love, because you might want to have a look in the mirror and realize whatever demons you have going on. You might not want to admit you have any, but it's okay. It's okay to admit that you have your own issues. But, you know, reflecting your own anger and negativity onto a public platform like this isn't going to make things better for you, isn't going to make
Not
you
at
feel
all.
better.
Yeah.
So
Not at all.
lots of love to you. I hope that, you know, Neil, wherever you are in the world, you watch this and you actually might learn from this and realize that, okay, maybe I want to make a change in my own life.
So anyway, yeah, let's not give him so much of importance. That's what he's looking for. So yeah, but thank you so much. And it was it's like I'm a fan. Like, I don't follow many celebrities, Sid, to be honest, but I'm really a fan of your work. The minute I saw your videos, I was like, oh my God. And it's really something brave you are doing. Keep doing it. And I will send you lots of positive vibrations from here, positivity from here. And once again, thank you so much for giving me your time.
No, and thank you so much as well for, first of all, having me on here. And thank you for all the work that you do. You know, I think that being so open and so honest like you are, doing these lives, doing the work that you do, it's very inspirational for people like me. And it's just, it's so great to see as many people as possible shining a light on something which sadly still does have a stigma around it.
Yes.
But I guess the more we can talk about it, the more people there are like you in the world, the
Yes.
more we can help one another and help each other to get over it.
Yeah, even if we are able to change one person's lives, make that
All it
impact
comes
in
to.
one person, our job is done. I
It's
always think that even if it is one life, my job is done. I am
yeah,
done with it.
yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much once again.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, thank you so much and have a nice day.
And you take care. Bye.
Take care.